thank you guys. So I'll pass it over to Ollie, who's going to conduct our talk on consumer protection. So thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing? Good. Can you guys hear me from here? Yeah. Alright, so I've got a very deep, very right voice. First and foremost, can I thank Aman and his team for this opportunity to deliver this workshop. So yes, welcome to Your Time Is Now, How to Become a Student of Distinction Life Coaching Workshop. Raise up your hands if you're on Twitter. Okay, quite a few of us. The hashtag for the day is SODW2014, Student of Distinction Workshop 2014. My Twitter handle is my first name, my surname, 777. So SODW 2014, my first name, my surname, 777. So, who am I? My name is Oni Enyado. I am a multiple award-winning international keynote speaker and entrepreneur. So through my vision, I speak on different platforms around the world, challenging and teaching people how to become leaders, students, or entrepreneurs of distinction. My life hasn't always been this great. In fact, I've lived a very interesting life. So let me go back to the beginning. In the beginning, I was born and raised in Hackney, East London, to a 2.4 family. For those that don't know, Hackney is a part of East London. As you know, London is the capital of the country. I'm sure you guys know that already. So a 2.4 family. My father, my mother, my sister, and myself. Unfortunately, at a very early age, my dad left. So for the majority of my childhood and my teenage years, my mother brought up my sister by herself. And thankfully, 4 years ago on Father's Day, me and my father reunited after 25 years plus, and it was one of the most emotional days of my life. I mean, I cried like a baby. I mean, not seeing your father for 25 years is very emotional. And I cried like Justin Timberlake cried near a river. I couldn't stop crying for about 15, 20 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my father. I went through the education process. I went through to school, I went to college, and I went to university. I went to Middlesex University, which is in part of West London. Unfortunately, when I got to university, I think I studied management and marketing degree. It was late 90s, I know you guys, how old are you? I lived a particular lifestyle called the street life. For those that don't know what it means, gangs, criminality, you know, 6 of my friends got shot dead, I nearly got shot dead. I really did that street life. There was something inside of me that I knew I was better than the gangs and the warfare and the prison and murders and people trying to shoot me, and you know, I nearly got shot dead and the bullet missed me by that much, so I really did that life. But deep inside of me, I knew there was something inside of me so strong. I didn't know what it was. So I got fed up of being fed up. I was fed up of this street life, I was fed up of shootouts, I was fed up of going to funerals, I was fed up of going to prison, I was fed up of visiting my friends in prison. The only job I saw myself doing was becoming a counsellor working in an office in Harrogate. That was my dream, that was my vision, to become a counsellor working in North London somewhere. 2008 I became a Christian, and from then my life changed, and I founded 2 companies. The first company I founded was, in fact, who is the entrepreneur? The first company I founded was Oni Enyado Media House and B1 Coaching. So through there, I speak on leadership development, entrepreneurship, and I speak on different platforms, really challenging. Guys, the world has changed at an alarming rate. As you know, in the last 5 years, the world has changed. And the fire alarm goes, don't panic. Entrepreneurship is the new black. Entrepreneurship is the new...
Yeah, it's just the doors there.
Just in case. That wasn't part of the drama anyway. But I'll continue anyway. So, as you know, entrepreneurship is the new black, is the new buzzword. Entrepreneurship makes the world go round. Times are changing. Gone are the days of going to university, going to college, getting a 25-year mortgage, and then, you die at the age of 90. So, in last year, February 2014, I came up with the following definition. An entrepreneur is a leader of excellence, trailblazer and pioneer who constantly brings change to their generation. I say again, an entrepreneur is a leader of excellence, trailblazer and pioneer who constantly brings change to their generation. Some of you might be thinking, I'm not an entrepreneur. Even if you're an employee, you need to have entrepreneurial skills. That's where the world is changing. Even as a student, you need to have entrepreneurial skills. As I said, the landscape of business is changing. No more is about getting a first class, having a great CV and getting a job. No, you've got to show full leadership. you've got to show excellence, you've got to show time management, you've really got to distinguish yourself. So I'm going to speak of maybe, with the brevity of time, 6 principles that have worked for me and are still working. So the first thing I want to speak about is about vision. To become distinguished in 2014 and beyond, guys, it's critical that you have a minimum 5-year vision. You might say to me, only 5 years. 5 years is a long time. It's not, you know. Before we know it, it's going to be Happy New Year. It's going to be 2015, 2014. And then before we know it, 2015. So guys, to become distinguished, you need to have a clear and defined 5-year vision, minimum. How many are first-year students there? Quite a few. So you've got to see yourself, in the next 5 years, you're going to finish with graduate. So where do you see yourself 2 years after university? How many are second-year students here? Quite a few. So you've got to see yourself in the next 5 years. What company would you want to be working for? What organisation? What business do you want to start up? It's so important. You know, on the way coming from London, I came from London's King's Cross. I'm very observant. Half of the train, people on the train, they look angry, they look tired, and they look fed up. Because they're part of the rat race. Wake up in the morning, rush to work, go to school, go to college, go to university, and before you know it, you're 60, 70, 80, haven't had a clear defined vision. So guys, I really want to challenge you. And for those that are third, how many are third-year students? 5 years is round the corner. So it's so important, it's imperative to have a clear and defined 5-year vision. You might say, Bonnie, but I haven't got a 5-year vision. I don't know what my vision should be about. Guys, this is what I'm going to say next. I believe is one of the most important things you're going to hear today. And you might tweet it as well. Your vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. I say again, your vision, your 5-year vision, your lifelong vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. You might say, Bonnie, what do I mean? When I was a young, I'm young anyway, when I was a young man living that particular lifestyle, the only job I saw myself doing was a counsellor, working in an office in North London somewhere. And I realise now, through my coaching and through my leadership, I'm doing a kind of counselling. But your vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. If Sir Richard Branson was to walk in there and he asked every single one of you, what job do you want to do in the next 5 years? What business do you want to do? That's your vision. Guys, it's so important. The world is changing now. You have to have an undeniable, unshakable, uncontrollable passion for your vision. If you don't have a passion for your vision, if you don't embrace your vision, it's just going to be, wake up in the morning, rush to work. Yeah, you're going to get a first class, that's great. But it's not about a first class no more. It's about your vision. I really want to challenge you. How many of you are entrepreneurs got your own business here? Or you're looking to start your own business? Okay, a few hands. Your vision has to impact the previous, the present, and the future generation. I say again, and I actually want to challenge every single one of you to start thinking about opening your own business. It doesn't have to be, big as Virgin or big as Facebook. Have a vision for your heart, for your life, and say, okay, do you know what? I like selling flowers. I like to be a speaker. I like to be an author. Guys, it's so important that you begin to embrace your vision. Your vision is what's going to distinguish you in 2014 and beyond. Because when you graduate with your first class, I know many people that's got their degree, but they're working in Sainsbury's. They're working in Tesco's. They're working in Pizza Hut. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you spent money to go to university, you spent 3 years, and you're working in a place where people without no GCSEs are working. So guys, have a clear and defined vision, which is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. And I really want to challenge you. Your vision has to impact the previous, the present, and the future generations. What do I mean? How many of us are on Facebook here? Raise your hand. 99% of us. Mark Zuckerberg's vision impacts the previous, the present, and the future generation. People young enough to be my children are on Facebook. People my age group are on Facebook. And people old enough to be my parents are on Facebook. I've done a £50,000 research, and I found out that Mark Zuckerberg's got 1 head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So Richard Branson has got 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head. Alan Sugar, most of us watch The Apprentice, he's got I spent £50,000 to do this research. He's got 1 head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So what distinguishes these great people that we follow on Twitter, that we watch their program, is the clear and defined vision. I'm not going to assume that every single one of you got a 5-year vision, but I really want to challenge you. I really want to challenge you to begin to ask questions. Okay, I'm in my first year. Where do I see myself in the next 2 years? Who would I like to work for? Is it Ernst & Young? Is it Evershed, for example? Where would I like to work? To become distinguished as students, as entrepreneurs, as employees, you need to have a mental vision. A great man once said, readers are leaders. How many books are you reading every month? And I'm not just talking about the books they say that you have to read for university studies. I'm talking about books that will make you think outside of the box. I'm talking about books on leadership and entrepreneurship. I'm talking about books that will really challenge your mindset. Guys, the most important thing you've got is your mind. And it's a shame to waste it. So guys, I really want to challenge you. Have a minimum 5-year vision. Minimum. You know, I read something about an article the other day. Mark Zuckerberg, they're ready for Facebook. They're talking about 5-year vision, 10-year vision, and 15-year vision. I'm not sure how many of you guys read that. And I was like, yeah.
What's your 5-year vision?
We'll be saying that in the question and answer. I've got a very good 5-year vision. But I realised not having a vision in any effect to my life. I wasted 10 years of my life. I didn't have a vision. So I was living a street life. I was part of a gang. I was when I look back at my life, I'm not embarrassed, but I think, wow. So my vision, one of my visions to really answer your question is for you guys to achieve your vision with excellence. It's important. Because if you don't, you're just going to be swept away by the mediocrity of life. And it's easy. It's easy to come to university. It's easy to do your lectures. It's easy to get graduated. And what happens next? Have a clear and defined vision. Be determined, be devoted, and develop your vision. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Who are the people that you surround yourself with? Where are they going? What do they want to achieve in life? Is it just, well, let's go watch I'm a Celebrity Big Brother allegedly outfit, you know? I watched it once and I thought, what the heck? Who are your friends? What do they want to achieve in life? You will never see an eagle flying low over a pigeon, and you will never see a pigeon flying high over an eagle. So I want to challenge you. Begin to ask yourself questions. I mean, I don't listen to rap music no more, but Tupac Shakur had a lyric that stayed with me forever. He said, even a genius asks questions. So I believe every single one of you are geniuses, so begin to ask your questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Who are the friends you surround yourself with? How many books am I reading? How am I stretching the bar? How am I raising the bar? It's about being distinguished. My workshop is not how to become a millionaire overnight. 7 steps to become the best student. No, how to become a student of distinction. Because now what employers are looking for is not so much the qualifications. It's not even so much your CV. They're looking for your thought leadership. So when they ask you, what have you spent time doing at university? Okay, I've got a first class. That's great. I've got a 2-1. Fantastic. But what else have you done? Well, well, I didn't really do much apart from that. No. Times are changing. Guys, the jobs that you're going for, the business that you want to open up for, there's millions of other people. There's tens of thousands of other young people like yourself that's going for the same job. So what's going to distinguish you? One of the things that's going to distinguish you is your vision. Not everyone's going to be passionate about me, like me. But I've understood the dream, the truth about having a clear and defined vision. And it starts, think small. Yes, I'm not saying that 5 years you've got to start achieving your 5-year vision, but start from today. Because I know, I mean, I've coached, I've spoken to people old enough to be my parents, CEO of major companies, and they haven't got a vision. They just wake up in the morning, rush to work, and before they know it, they're 60, 70, 80, and they haven't achieved no life vision. Many of you, your average age is 24, 25, maybe 26, or just a bit older. You've got the whole world in front of you. Why waste it on a lack of vision? So I really want to challenge you. Your vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. A mental vision, a financial vision. As young people, you know, we like to look good. You know, this blazer wasn't cheap. You know, I spent quite a lot of money on it, but I've got a financial vision. The great entrepreneurs that we look up to, that we aspire to, that we follow on Twitter, that we read their books, they've got a financial vision. When I was at university, you know, in the late 90s, and I got my student loan, oh my gosh, I spent everything within a week, within 2 weeks. I mean, I spent it like a madman. And I'm still paying back for it now, which funny enough, I'm going to pay everything off, I think in January, February, anyway. It's going to pay all of it at once, because I hate all this debt. But I realised that to become distinguished is having a financial vision. A vision for you guys is, for example, what are you studying?
Politics, philosophy, economics.
Sorry?
Politics, philosophy, economics.
Politics, philosophy, and economics. Have you got a society?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got a specific society? How many societies have you got in that actual...
There's one specific one, and then there's 3 individual ones.
Okay. Have you thought about starting your own one up? A niche, a specific niche, for example? You can think about that. Guys, whatever you're studying, one thing that, when I connected with Aman, the first thing I thought to myself, this guy is one of the founders and the president of the society. That's going to look great on his CV. So when he goes for that job application, they're going to ask you, what did you do in university? And he said, for this particular year, I was the president of society. Straight away, that showed innovation, that showed thought leadership, and that showed leadership skills. And that's what's going to distinguish him. So guys, I really want to challenge you. Begin to think outside of the box. The time that you've got in university, use it well. Use it well. Mark Zuckerberg, we don't know him for his qualifications. What do we know Mark Zuckerberg for? It's Facebook. And that's his vision. Remember, he gave birth to his vision at university. I don't know what he studied. I can't remember what the name of the university he went to. But he gave birth to a vision that's impacted. The reason why many of us are here is because of Facebook. And Mark Zuckerberg's got one head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. What will stop us from achieving our vision? Fear. F-E-A-R. False evidence appearing real. Psychologists say that 80% of those things that we're scared of never happens. Fear. About 3 months ago, I was coming back from a speaking engagement, a very powerful speaking engagement. And I went home, I got home. I was very excited, a great day. As I got home, I switched on the lights in the kitchen. I saw a spider on the wall. Now, I'm 6'3", I'm maybe 12 and a half stone. I hate spiders. I hate spiders with a passion. And I saw a spider, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to sleep tonight. I can't, I'm not even in the studio for that. So obviously the spider is close to my bedroom. And I was frozen on the spot for about 20 minutes. I was thinking, should I use water? Should I use my shoe? If I hit using a blanket, the spider might go under my bed and I'm not going to sleep. So for 20 minutes, I was frozen. I couldn't move. And I said, I can't, I'm in my 30s, I can't be scared of a spider at this age. And I was thinking, oh my gosh. So I got closer to it. As I got closer to it, it moved a little bit. And I was thinking, this spider, man, and remember, it's something so small. So I built up courage and I said, no, I can't stand like this. So I got a slipper and I closed my eyes and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And I hit it and it died. And I was like, wow. Oh, wow, sorry for any spider lovers inside the place. About 10 minutes later, when I was sitting on my sofa, I thought, hold on a minute. Hold on 1 minute. Something so small, something so insignificant stopped me, paralyzed me. And many of us are like that. We've got visions, we've got dreams, we want to give birth to creative ideas, but we're scared. We're scared of what people will say. We're scared of what people's opinions are. We're scared about the so-called recession. In 2014, more multi-millionaires have been made than ever before. So if there's a recession going on there, there's opportunities out there. The next day I saw a massive garden spider. Massive. I mean, this one was like massive. I got Terminator, Robocop, Rambo, Lethal Weapon, and I splattered that spider. So some of the things that you think that are going to hinder you is actually going to help you progress in life. Don't let people's opinions stop you. As you begin to walk in your vision, as you begin to take steps of faith, as you begin to really step out of your comfort zone, not everyone's going to be happy. Some people are going to look at you and think, hold on a minute, why are you all of a sudden going to the library and spending 2 hours in the library? Why all of a sudden are you more focused on your vision? No, let's go to the bar for 5 hours and talk about much ado about nothing. No. You need to have a clear and defined vision for your life. And when you begin to have a clear, defined vision for your life, you're going to notice that not everyone's going to be happy. Not everyone's going to be around you. In fact, when you have a clear, defined vision for your life and your vision begins to speak, you're going to know who your true friends are. Take it from me. I've made up my mind. For me, it's not about fame. I don't want to be famous. And there's many pitfalls with fame. It's not even about the money will come. I just want to be a reference point for my generation. I just want my vision to live on when I die. Steve Jobs passed a few years back, and many of us have got Apple phones. That's one man's vision. So I really want to challenge you. We're an entrepreneur society. Start thinking outside of the box. Start giving birth to new visions and new dreams. Yesterday I was in a youth conference and I was doing a Dragon's Den style thing, and there were some young people from so-called unprivileged backgrounds. And it was amazing. Some of the ideas, some of the visions that these young people had at the age of 19, 20, 21. I mean, there was one girl, she's 24, she already got 3 children from her, she didn't know her parents, she was in foster care, but the vision that she gave birth to, that she's going to give birth to, oh my gosh, it was emotional. So I thought to myself, if she's a 24-year-old with 3 children, and she comes from one of the worst parts of South London, what's your excuse? You've heard my story. I didn't know my dad for 25 years. I went to prison twice. I nearly got shot dead. 6 of my friends got murdered. But once I found my life vision, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I've got an uncontrollable excitement about life. I love life. Why do I love life? Because I'm walking in my clear and defined vision. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'm not going to assume that every single one of you got a vision for life, but begin to ask yourself questions. For you in the first year, they might say that your first year of study is not that important. It's very important. It's very, very important. That's the foundation. And without a foundation, you can't build nothing. For those in the second year, I want to challenge you to raise the bar even more. And for those in the third year, the time is up. So what next? Early this year, I was at Essex University in one particular society, and I spoke to one young lady. And she was a 4th year student. I think she was studying I can't remember what she was studying. So I asked her, so what's next for you? And this is a 4th year student. who's going to finish 3 months later? And she said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? She said, whatever happens, happens. I said, hold on a minute. You've been in university for 4 years, you spent thousands of pounds, you know, you've worked hard allegedly, but what's next? I don't know, whatever happens, happens. And I thought to myself, hold on a minute. Many students are like that. Just, well, I'm going to get my qualifications, I'm going to get a job somewhere, and that's it. No, life is more than that. Life is about having a clear, defined vision, impacting your generation, and making positive impact in the world. Clear, defined vision. Your 2014 vision. Before we know it, it's going to be Happy New Year 2015, and 2015 is going to go like that. And it's going to be 2016 and 2017. So guys, what's going to distinguish you as students, as entrepreneurs, as employees, is having a clear and defined vision. What's the company that you want to work with? Are you following them on Twitter? Are you interacting with them? Have you gone to any network events? If you want to work in, for example, what company would you like to work for?
Hogan Lovel.
Sorry?
Hogan Lovel.
Hogan Lovel. Okay. Have you been to any network events?
Yeah.
Have you contacted them? Have you written any blogs in regards to them? Because that's going to be your distinction. So many young people, many students like yourself, and like everyone else, they've gone to network events, they're following them on Twitter, they're interacting with them, but there's many people that are writing blogs and sending blogs to the CEO and to the leaders of the organization. And that's your distinction, guys. I really want to challenge you guys to think outside of the box. Because when I was in university, years ago, in the late 90s, literally it was, if you get a 2-1, 2-2, that's good enough. Now, even the first class is not good enough. It's not good enough no more. Times are changing now. Entrepreneurship is sweeping the world at an alarming rate, and every single one of us cannot be afforded to be left behind. But what distinguishes Sir Alan Sugar, Sir Richard Branson, Peter Jones, and all the great entrepreneurs is their vision. I mean, I'm telling you guys to have a minimum 5-year vision. These great entrepreneurs that we speak about, they have a 15, 25-year vision. Now, I'm not going to come all the way from Essex to tell you guys to have a 25-year vision. That might be unfair, but at least have a 5-year vision. See yourself, see the new possibilities with your vision. See new productivity, you see new promotion, and it starts from today. Even a genius asks questions. Don't be afraid to think outside of the box. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Where would you like to be in the next 5 years? But you might say, Oni, what if it doesn't happen? But what if it does happen? What if it does happen? Just say people, they say that, oh, I can never make it. What if you do make it? Because sometimes people's opinions hold us back. So guys, have a clear and defined vision. Start local, think global, and constantly raise the bar of excellence. Start local. Start local with your vision. Start local with your dream. As I said, I want to encourage every single one of you to start thinking, okay, what business would I like to open up? Don't let money stop you. Now the government are giving young people money like no one's business. So if they're giving you money to open up your business, if they're giving you websites, if they're giving you business, if they're giving you everything, what's you hindering you? And 9 times out of 10, our biggest fear is us. Look at me with a spider. I'm 6'3", 13 stone or whatever, and a little spider paralyzing me, literally. I was like a little girl. I was so scared, it was unbelievable. But now, when I see a spider, I'm like Robocop, I'm like Lethal Weapon, because I've overcome the fear. And for you to become distinguished in 2014, you have to overcome the fear. And you know what's fearing you, what's stopping you. You know your little fear, you know that little spider that's hindering you from progressing, from achieving your vision. Guys, it starts from today. I found my life vision and there's no stopping me. The only one that can stop me is me. And how can I stop me? It's procrastination, it's laziness, it's fear. And procrastination is the biggest hindrance to achieving your vision. And there's a distinction between procrastination and laziness. Procrastination will say, you know what, I'll do my assignment, or I'll go to the network event next month, next week. Laziness is like, I can't go to do it. Laziness is, oh, I can't be bothered to do it. I can't go to raise the bar. I can't go to network with the like-minded people. Because what's going to distinguish you? Whatever course, whatever job you want to achieve, what you want to go for, whatever business you guys want to open up, there's millions of other people. And one of the things that's going to distinguish you is your vision. There's many speakers out there in the UK, but not every single one of them are doing this. In fact, I don't know many speakers that are doing a live course because I'm touring around all the universities over the country. That's one of my 5-year visions. But I started small. I started, I think, in North London, one of the universities there, and the rest is history. In fact, I want to take this international very soon. That's one of my visions. I've got 1 head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So guys, I really want to challenge you. For many of you, I want you guys to get your phones out now and use your paper. Just write down, where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years? Where would you like to see yourself? Just write it down. I'll give you guys 3 to 5 minutes. Where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years, and why? Why? the answer is, the question is why? Why do you see yourself? Because if you don't see yourself there, anywhere seems good. Before you know it, 5 years is finished. 2019, 2020.
The girls are tired.
5 year vision.
So tired.
Think local.
Usually fall asleep.
Start local, think global.
Sorry?
2009.